Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 and some very exciting news because they just dropped some images, some clear stills, really awesome stuff. We're going to talk about it in this video, break it down. Before I do begin though, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit the subscribe button to be kept up to date with any new information we get for The Walking Dead. But with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so yeah, like I said, a lot of new images. We got like over 30, so it's really cool. And we're going to start off with this one right here. We have Michonne here in the field where the border is, and I can't wait for this. I don't know if it's gonna be the premiere or what. Hopefully it is the premiere. I think this would be like a good ending to an episode, but this is definitely early on because we saw glimpses of it in the trailer as well. But this looks to be like the when they confront each other, the Whisperers, and then the main group, they confront each other at the border talking about the rules and stuff. So I'm excited for it. That's a pretty cool, awesome photo of Michonne. Next, we have a shot of Alpha at the other side of the border. So it looks to be like that same sequence. We have a bunch of walkers and whispers here. And again, very excited for this. Next, we have a shot of Aaron here. This is a really awesome shot of Aaron, looking pretty badass. This is a good look at his arm. But he's covered in blood and his eyes look a little bit teary. And I say that because I do remember in the trailer, there was a shot of him on the ground. Now, I don't know who he's going to get in a fight with. I don't know if it's going to be Negan. Based on the trailer, it did look like it was Negan, but I don't know if Negan would attack Aaron. Would he? Would Negan turn on the group again after they released him? I don't think Negan would do that. So I think those trailers are kind of cut to trick us, but something definitely is going on with Aaron here, and he's fighting a person, that's for sure. So it could be Negan because it looks like this is inside of a building. Like it could be in Alexandria or something. You guys let me know, what do you think is going on here? Do you think Negan would fight Aaron after everything he's been through? Next, we got a shot of Yumiko and Magna here, and then we have some photos of the Shipwreck. We have right here Ezekiel and Jerry. We have some walkers coming out of it, and then we have some Oceanside women hopping out. So I'm definitely interested to see what is going on with this ship. Like, is it a crash ship from somewhere really far away and the people on the ship died and they turned into walkers? Because that's what I kind of see going on. Like, that's what I would assume, and that's what I would predict, because they're coming out of the ship. So I'm just kind of curious to see where they came from. So this is really cool. I'm excited for it. And then we have another shot of the group training. We know they're going to be training in episode 1 because that was a synopsis for episode 1. Obviously preparing for the Whisper War, I'm sure. Another shot of the group training here. And then they gave us another one of the walkers coming out of the ship. We have another one of Jerry and Ezekiel. And then one more of the group, and then we got Carol and Daryl here in the woods by themselves. We saw this in the trailer also, and it definitely looks like they're kind of taking some time to be on their own for a little bit. They were discussing leaving because they just keep going into battles. I'm sure they're gonna come back, because Carol wants to be the one to take down Alpha, so I'm sure she'll be back. Next, we got Michonne and Aaron here, and they're in the woods. They could be looking for Carol and Daryl, because if Carol and Daryl left and they didn't say anything, maybe they're kind of curious, or they're kind of worried that maybe the Whispers took them, because they definitely look like they're worried about something. And then we have one of Magna here and another one of the group, so they're probably all out looking for someone. It could be Carol and Daryl, since it looks like they're leaving, and if they are gonna leave for a little bit, I'm sure that, they probably wouldn't tell anybody. And then we have one more of Yumiko and Michonne here. Next, we got a new character. This is Jules, I believe. She's an Oceanside girl. And we have some photos of her and Luke chatting. They're all smiles, so maybe they're gonna, get into a relationship or something. But she looks to be like a new character, like a pretty important character, because they announced it, a new character on the show. So I'm sure she's gonna have a pretty big role in this season, or at least a pretty big role when it comes to Oceanside. Next, we have some shots of Judith and RJ, super cute. We have one of RJ here, and I like how they picked a young actor who has curls in his hair, because it definitely resembles Rick's hair, so that's pretty cool. We have one of Michonne here, and then we have some shots of the battle that's going on in the woods, with the fire. We have one here of, I believe that's Sydney. It's hard to tell, but I can't really recognize because the hair. I think that's Sydney, but I might be wrong. And then we have Daryl here. And yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what exactly is going on here, because in all the photos I've seen of this, maybe it's the camera angle or something, but to me, it looks like they're kind of pointing up. So I feel like they are, and I'm kind of curious to see what that is. Like, why are they pointing up? Like, what could be up in the sky? We have one here of Alden, and he's fighting a walker. And yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what's going on here. Like, I don't know if the Whispers would do this, because the Walkers, they blend in with the Walkers. And walkers are not smart, like the Whispers, who look like walkers, but walkers would obviously walk into the fire, Whispers wouldn't. So I feel like this could potentially be something that the survivors did in order to tell the difference between a walker and a Whisper. But then again, setting the woods on fire, setting a forest on fire is very dangerous, because it's literally going to spread like wildfire. So I don't know if they would do something like that, And then we have a shot of Michonne here during the battle in the woods. And then we have a shot of Rosita here training. Obviously, she's recovering from her pregnancy, so I'm sure she wants to train and get ready for the Whisper War. And then we have her and her baby here. We have a shot of Lydia. I'm excited to see what Lydia's storyline is going to be like this season, because it doesn't look like they're really following the comics, especially since both Carl and Henry are now gone in the TV show. And I'm just interested to see the dynamic between her and the characters, and how she's going to deal with Alpha, because essentially she is going to go to war against her mother if she is fighting on the good side. So I'm just curious to see what's her decision going to be like. Is it going to be easy, or is she going to be conflicted? I'm sure she's going to be conflicted, but I'm excited to see it. And then those were the images we got for the new season. But I also want to talk a little bit about this interview with Angela Kang, who talks about some flashbacks that we're going to be seeing this season. Yeah, so Angela Kang had an interview with Entertainment Weekly, and she pretty much confirmed that there will be some flashbacks. So I'm going to go ahead and read exactly what it says from the article, and then we're going to talk about it. So from Entertainment Weekly, it says, with that in mind, we asked showrunner Angela Kang if we could expect some more flashbacks when the Zombie Drummer returns for season 10, October 6th on AMC. Yes, I will say there will be some flashbacks this season, confirms Kang. One of those things that we were kind of dealing with in the season has to do with illusion and people's fear and what's real, what's not. The weight of the past on people. So we'll definitely be seeing some windows into the past that kind of shed light on the present. It should be interesting. So in the trailer, we did see some of the illusions that she's referring to. Like, we know Carol's going to be hallucinating, Henry and stuff like that. But that's illusion. So obviously there's going to be flashbacks and illusions. So I'm curious to see, like, what kind of, the flashbacks are we going to get. But moving on, I also want to read this. They said, those comments coupled with some brief images from the season 10 trailer indicate we may see Sadiq struggling with some flashbacks of when he was captured by the Whispers at the festival. But Angela also notes the flashbacks will extend beyond just that. There's going to be some other stuff going on, there's some pretty cool stuff, I think. So that's really cool how they brought that up, that the Sadiq stuff is going to come back into play. And I bring that up because I know a lot of people were thinking that Sadiq possibly betrayed the group. And we don't know, like, some people thought that I really love that end sequence, that speech and everything Sadiq gave. I did like that. And yeah, a lot of people thought that he made that up and he basically just, saved himself and everyone else died. So I don't know if they're going to come back into that. Like they said, Sadiq is struggling with flashbacks. Like, is he going to also struggle with possibly, like being guilty or something like that? I really hope not. I hope Sadiq didn't betray the group. I don't think he did, but that is interesting how they're going to bring that back into play. You guys let me know in the comments down below, like, what did you think about that whole situation? Like, did you think Sadiq betrayed the group or he didn't? Because I know that was like a big conversation when the episode aired, but obviously it's died down now since, The Walking Dead's been off for a while. But let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Sadiq betrayed the group or he didn't? I'm going to go ahead and say he didn't. I don't think Sadiq would do that, especially after Carl saved him. But again, who knows? He's obviously going to be struggling with that, so we're going to learn this season. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. And also, it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to get some flashbacks of Michonne, possibly. It is going to be her final season. And I'm just curious to see how they're going to play flashbacks into the season. And I think it actually works well what they're doing. They're mixing things so it doesn't become too repetitive. Like last season, they had added it in episode 14, which I thought was great, where we learned about Michonne's past. And it looks like this season is not only going to be like war. It's also going to have a lot of character stuff, which I'm excited about. So, and we're going to learn more about Alpha and Beta. So that also could be a flashback. And I think that is going to be a flashback because I believe episode 2, the synopsis for that episode, it says that we're going to learn more about Alpha and Beta. So I'm assuming that's also going to be included, when she says flashbacks. So yeah, a lot of good information we got today for The Walking Dead Season 10. Let me know in the comments down below all your thoughts and opinions. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that. The Walking Dead is returning in less than 3 weeks. I can't wait for it. Be sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all new information we get for the new season. But that being said, I am going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And for more Walking Dead videos just like this, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.